Well, map 1 is done, and this has not been a good day in the office for Na'Vi so far. After getting destroyed by Ghost, they've lost the first map to NRG. It was Inferno to kick things off here in the best of 3. They lost that, and now we move on to Overpass, which is the stomping ground of NRG. My name is Henry G. This is Vince, aka Vincey Princey. He's trying to call himself now. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm great. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was.
I'm worried for Na'Vi, though, now on Overpass. I mean, this is the stomping grounds of NRG.
Absolutely so. This is where Sir can really go off here. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the DreamHack Masters. We've got all sorts coming for you this weekend, and we've just released a new section of the arena itself. It's happening this weekend, and you can experience it live. It's the best way to do it. I've been to DreamHack Masters. I've been to every single one so far, and the excitement, the atmosphere, it's absolutely electric. Make sure you're there. The link's below, right down here on your screens. Get on that, and it's going to be this weekend, the 1st and 2nd of September. Vince is going to be there. I'm going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be awesome, man. I think this is my 3rd one now,
yeah.
And the first I went to was Malmo, and the crowd was absolutely nuts. Like, you Swedes, you know how to pack out those houses.
And with NIP winning their first game as well, you never know. We could get Fnatic in there as well. The Swedish hometown heroes get in the arena. It's a lot of fun. That's all I'm going to say. You need to get there. I wouldn't be plugging it unless I thought it was worth it. It's absolutely amazing, that event. Either way, we will have the second map coming up. It will be Na'Vi on the back foot here. They lost their pick of Inferno, and now NRG. This is their best map by far. This is where Cirque goes off and does his best work, and that man on your screen right now needs to arrive. He needs to show us the beast he can be, the 30 bomb machine. As we saw anything but on the first map. First half, he finished with 7 frags on par with Edward and Zeus, and that's never a good news for a player of his caliber.
Absolutely not. You'd expect that to be very much a role reverse. But the good news for Na'Vi, I'm trying to see the optimism here, is Electronic did play very well in that first half. He had 14 kills.
Yes.
He was a long distance above everyone else. So if you get Simple waking up with Electronic almost performing, that's the recipe for success. That's what you're looking for from Na'Vi. For me, though, on Overpass, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. I could see it being a 2-0 for NRG.
Me too. And that would be goodbye for Na'Vi as well. Just to signify the gravitas of this situation, if that goes down, this is the #2 team in the world right now, officially, potentially going out of day 1 against teams that you wouldn't consider be anywhere near their level. Ghost primarily, losing to them. Then onto NRG. Sure, NRG have been doing great things this year, but still, you'd think Na'Vi would still take care of them, even if it was a 3-map affair. 2-0 going out day 1. You'd hate to see it. I feel that could signify changes for Na'Vi, considering what we've heard recently with the Flamey situation. Obviously don't know too much apart from a couple of rumors going on, but it wasn't posted on HLTV. There was an article specifically saying he's coming to the event. Now, I wasn't even aware of the rumors at this point. I was like, of course he's going. Like, what do you mean? And I read up on it, and it turns out there are some things flying around. No one's really sure what, but either way, they need to win this one. Can't afford to go out every 2. You can see Kane looking a little bit stressed there. They didn't take any tactical timeouts in their entire first map. They didn't. Is that stubbornness from Zeus? He feels like he's got this under control. But remember, like we said, the coaches can talk through the entire game, not just freeze time. They can talk in the DreamHack rules, right?
And this also fills me with a bit of worry too, because we were discussing this before. It's awesome to get the Masters out there just before the major starts. We can really feel how teams are clicking. The downside of that is, though, if Na'Vi have a shocker here, going into the major,
it's not looking good,
what does that do for their mindset?
Not good stuff. I'll tell you that much. Especially, it might not be the biggest prize money, but it has the most prestige by far. I made a comparison yesterday, like saying, like, sure, the major might not have as much money as the TI, for example, or even other CS events, but it's comparable to Wimbledon, I think. Like, no one's really there watching for the biggest prize money. You're there to watch the biggest and best Counter-Strike teams play their hearts out. You know how much it means to them. It's the one that really counts, you know, and if they go into that event with a crushing defeat here, another significant event, what could it do for them? What will that do for this team? We know they're a team that can be led astray by arguments and inter-team relationships. I'm not really sure what would happen if they go on day 1, but let's see whether it happens here. It's looking likely it could happen considering the map. But with the knife round, very important. That's going down right now. I can confirm Na'Vi have won that. They'll probably start on the CT side here. Indeed, they do. It's not a massively CT-sided map, but it's definitely worth talking about. As NRG will just compose themselves now. We get about 2 minutes before we go live. And Simple looking to get it done here. He's definitely capable on Overpass himself. This is where he can be off the leash a bit. We talked about the financial woes in the first half, especially too many force buys and not giving himself enough chance to get those orbs out. Simple, he needs the orb here. Starting on the CT side, need to get that orb out. Even if you lose the pistol, you have to be more conservative with those force buys.
Completely agree with you. One of the reasons I love Overpass so much as a map is it allows the CTs to play very aggressively too. You can go for those peaks in mid, you can go into connector, you can even push out of B. And so I feel like on both sides of the coin here, we've got two very aggressive AWPers in Cirque and Simple. This could bode very well for an entertaining match.
Absolutely. So, well then, looks like we're almost getting ready for this one. And will be the CT star for Na'Vi. In terms of pistol approaches, NRG obviously have a plethora of options. Most teams do favour that B side. Getting in quickly for similar reasons we talked about in Train earlier. You're guaranteed to get the bomb down there. There are usually 3 CT players there, but you can outsmoke them, flash them, overwhelm the clocks. Got to try and get through monster first. That's normally the first port of call. Or you could go for the exact opposite for a slow, long take with some P250s. CT presence there, normally just one player. Let's see as we get into it. Could be the final map of the day. It's been a great day of Counter-Strike. Lots of upsets, lots of close games, lots of one-sided games as well, as we'll get into what could be NRG knocking out Na'Vi of the tournament on day 1. It's a Savage format. The buys are coming through. I can confirm we've got 4 sets of armor for NRG. Daps, the in-game leader with Smoke 2 flashbangs, and no utility or kits for Na'Vi whatsoever. They've gone for straight-up Kevlar across the board.
Interestingly, no P250s either. Seeing a lot of teams now on the T side go for the P250s for the long-range duels. Maybe suggests we're going to have closer range affairs up in Connector and B short in particular. But for the time being, Zeus is being tested and he has to back away. Breezy trying to catch them on the rotation, but he's going to get tagged down to 61 for his troubles and efforts. But it would seem that NRG are poising themselves for a potential B hit, and Ethan comes in and rattles the cage of Flamey, takes his head off his shoulders, but they're not actually going to press behind this head. They've decided to back away and go towards Balloon, so it seems like they're trying to fake out the B more than anything else.
Breezy at the end of the bathrooms right now. Bomb's going back towards B, and Edward's there alone. So if Breezy can go in and find even one more kill, that would be fantastic. Cirques will be joining him as well. Another dink comes through. That's only going to apply pressure towards the A side. It's Ethan gets ready. Edward has got a good spot, though. He knows what they're up to at this point. He can't afford to dive in Challenger. He needs to buy time as the rotations come through. They know it's going to be a B-sided attack. Electronic going for the connector play here, but it's all down to Edward. He needs to find some headshots quickly, but the bomb will be planted. Do they go for the booster potentially? That's an ambitious wall bang at best for the USP, but we'll see whether they can get anything going here. There is the boost, but it's quite a noisy one as well, and Breezy making light work at the first kill there. Fugly's getting up towards heaven, and this is looking very convincing for NRG.
Yeah, it should be far too tenuous now for Na'Vi to get anywhere close to that bomb. A bit of team wounding, I think. I'm not sure if that was NRG tapping each other or not. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day because Simple has been put down with authority courtesy of Cirque, leaving Zeus. Won't be happening for him either. NRG claimed the first round. Off to a great start on their choice of map. 1-0 in the lead if you just joined us, by the way, to NRG.
Yes, indeed. An Inferno, Na'Vi's map pick. Their hometown, well, home map, I should say. And NRG, this is theirs, and they've won the pistol as well. There is a force buy of Zeus going for the Nova shotgun. I haven't seen that gun purchased for a long time. He's around the second round. Let's see whether it does anything for him. I would say probably not. It's very difficult to make any sort of impact of that particular weapon. Someone would have to make a catastrophic error in judgment. Ethan doesn't look like he'll be making any mistakes just yet. Remember, this is where NRG do their best work, had some of their biggest upsets in this particular map. They actually took Astralis, I think, to overtime in a defeat a couple of tournaments ago. That they're very, very good on this particular map. It'd be better if I had the information to really back that one up and tell you what event it was, but, you know, you get the point. It'll be 4-on-3 now. As Simple waits towards heaven. He will take another player down. The bomb isn't planted just yet. This could still fall apart. If ever Simple's alive, there's always a chance, but Daps bravely faces that position, realizing the scout just shot, takes him down, even at range of the MAC-10, and that should be round guaranteed here. Electronic can't do too much of this.
Yeah, as a result, the Simple going for the scout means he was very much vulnerable and bare, naked, no armor at all, so those MAC-10 bullets really do rip through you. He got shredded, and Electronic gonna pick up the scout, maybe try and save it for the next round, see if Simple can do better in round 3. But NRG off to a flurry of rounds once again. Electronic is going to have to move eventually, otherwise that bomb is going to end his life. But it's going to be Daps that gets there a step beforehand. And Na'Vi, nothing really going to be going their way in this round either. Don't expect to see really anything bought, maybe a couple P250s, and that's about it.
They only have 3 kills so far, and they're all courtesy of Simple. So, in one way, that sounds shocking. In another, I'm just like, you know what? If Simple's just going to have one of those games, let's do it. Let's just have him kicking off right now. If he has to carry them, I'm fine with that too. I'd like to see it go to a third map, but It's not looking too good so far. 3-0 almost guaranteed here. Simple's purchased the Deagle. That means I'm pretty sure they can't buy the Orb. Luckily, Edward's got 3,400, been a little bit more frugal with his cash. So maybe he could drop it for Simple. Maybe that's the plan they're going with here. Remember, they didn't bring an AWP out till round number 12 on the CT side of the phone number 4. Can't make similar mistakes here. NRG look way too comfortable as they find an open B bomb, so not even worth really building this round up and ejecting some jeopardy here because it's just nothing to report, I'm afraid. Round's over, that's it.
Yeah, such is the life of a CT side when you have very little to buy. They went for the gamble, they stacked A. Gamble hasn't paid off. Ethan going to try and pad his stats and pad his bank account with a MAC-10, and so far so good. Simple going to peek him now, but it's a bit too late. I was going to say Ethan had a chance to reload the MAC-10, but at least Simple has got himself a second. Threads the eye of the needle onto Breezy.
Just shutting down some of that money. That takes away the bonus round situation somewhat. They still have a MAC-10 for Cirque. He gets another $600. That's great. But still, this round was expensive for them. They won't be as comfortable as they were before. Still the 3-0. That's fantastic. Simple, with that kill, those couple of kills, he actually has enough to buy the AWP now. That's $600 extra he wasn't supposed to get. He buys the AWP straight away. He won't be able to... Oh, no. Does he actually get dropped it still? I think he might have done, because he can still buy armor here. And still has the kid and smokes. I think he got dropped the AWP, and Edward will be given the MAC-10. Not the best trade of your Edward. You've given up the AWP. You've given the lesser of all the SMGs, but still, a player like him, he knows what he has to do with it. Hold, sneaky angles. He's playing towards B. He can sit towards short or monster. Shouldn't be an issue. Good grenade, though, from the CTs. There's a boatload of damage towards even, but he'll still be alive and kicking and have control of the short area.
And the short tunnel just gets pummeled by grenades. Down to around half. Ethan will fall. Daps also gets chipped away for 22 health. The early skirmish will favor Na'Vi, of course. No way for them to know this. The T's holding position. Cirque just making sure there isn't an aggressive peek up on balloons. Breezy watching long. And now that they're covering these angles, they're going to start to make a move into bathroom. This is where they can get control over connector and try and strangle out Na'Vi. They must realize that if they've gone for the extra firepower, they are going to be lacking utility, and try and bait that out from Na'Vi so they can get a much easier approach onto the site later in this round. It's a bit of a stalemate right now, though.
It really is. Not really much to report at this point. Bombs down in T-spawn, but we have got 40 seconds remaining, so action is coming. Let's see who it goes in favor of. Cirque against Simple, a very tantalizing battle about to come forth. Daps waiting towards B alone. We've seen a few of these plays right now from him. Just showing presence, listening out for footsteps, getting information for his teammates. There are actually 3 players towards B right now, and he throws another Molotov. Oh my god, he might double down on this one. It's going to be Ethan to go down first, courtesy of Zeus, but Daps is making things uncomfortable, but Simple's there in time. The bait was successful, but Simple shots even more so. 8 seconds remaining. That's going to be round as Daps wants to remove any sort of cash he can. Not going to happen, though. Fugly just wants to survive at this point. You get no money if you die after the round expires. What's he up to? He's getting the Orby. Okay, fair enough. That's actually a very substantial play by him. Yeah. A risk, but it works out. He steals away the AWP. I was like, I didn't know the AWP was there. I was like, is he trying to find a kill here? Whatever. But Simple, you can see, with the time remaining, he gets there just in time, uses the information his teammates gave him, and it all works out. But great stuff there by Fugly to steal away that AWP. That's actually very beneficial. They can build a buy around it. Ethan's got Glock, no armor. Oh, he's got armor, sorry. He's got no weapon apart from that. There it is. He gets given an AK. Daps takes the Glock armor. Now he's got a CZ. Okay, they've had to reshuffle things around, but it's worked out. Got a little bit dicey, that. So 1 CZ, 3 rifles and the AWP. Yeah, this is the weapon that saves today. Fugly will get a pat on the back for saving that weapon, taking the risk. See what they can do with it.
Definitely bolsters their power coming through into this round too, because Cirque only had about $3,200, so he wouldn't have been coming round with much at all. Simple has been on point, and Cirque, well, the AWP has not been beneficial so far.
You see how beneficial it is to have Simple on the AWP? Get him in his hands as soon as you possibly can. This is what we're getting a little bit frustrated with, but he's going to find more kills here, you know that. As he gets him in front of him, he hits every single shot. He will be taken down eventually, but he's done the damage. It's a 3 versus 2. Bomb yet to be planted. Ethan waiting by the bank. To take down this player, they've got a chance once again. 2 versus 2 as the bomb goes down in the default spot. Nice smoke thrown. And it's up to Zeus and Edward to try and recover the situation.
Daps has missed his chance, but goes in for a second and lands it. Simple must be pulling his hair out, wondering what he has to do to get his team across the finish line. But here comes Zeus, looking for a second, going to be spraying wildly, just missing out onto Ethan. Bomb ticking down in amongst all the frenzy, and finally Ethan lands the headshot. And Simple, with his 3K, it's not going to matter. They concede the round anyway.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? That is a classic moment for Simple. 3 kills, couldn't do any more. Like, the first one was spectacular as well. Arguably didn't deserve it, which didn't even look possible, but he managed to pull it off. It was a very sloppy exchange towards the end from both players, but Ethan comes out on top. That's a huge reset for Na'Vi. As you can see, they have to take the eco here. They're already 1 map down, looking down the barrel of elimination the first day here at the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters.
Mate, Henry.
Yes.
Have a look at that scoreboard. Simple 10, Zeus 2, Flamey 1, Edward and Electronic 0. That is a feel Simple man moment, if ever you've seen one.
It really is. He got a 3K in the last round.
He's out of control, and no one else on his team is helping him out.
Yeah, that's nuts. Well, they have to take the fully kill here. It's the CT side again. Remember, they lost 12-3 on the CT side of Inferno. They're now going to be down 5-1 on the CT side of Overpass. This has not been a good day for them. Yet to win a map in the tournament. Let's see whether they can recover. There's always a chance with these sort of pistol CZs and stuff. It might seem unlikely, even with no armor, but all it takes is a mistake. A 5-7 quick kill, pick up an AK, push them in towards B. We've got a stack. It can happen, but this has been perfect from NRG. You can see they've got long control already. There's the 5-7 kill. Not going to be able to pick up an AK from it. And Cirque's being so calm with this. He's got a guaranteed frag here. Good flashbang coming in as well. Just waiting, toying with his food. Edward will get a dink off. Hurting each other, I think, at that point, but Breezy maybe just trying to gently push him into the side. Say, come on, get in. As we get to a 3-on-2, still possible here. Electronic and Flamey looking healthy. Cirque, anything but on 10 HP, but the bomb is going down. And they're not looking at bank, okay.
Well, it seems like a pretty glaring failure.
They've got a smoke down on CT as well. I'm surprised
I
didn't look at bank at all. That was weird.
But still, this 2-on-2, you favor the terrorists to come out ahead. It's been laboured, but they do get the job done. It was against pistols by and large, but 5-1 is going to become a reality. Let's
have a tactical timeout, Na'Vi. Let's maybe do that. Let's just think about what's happened and let's talk about this round. Take some time again for double AWP set up for the first time so far. It just seems like a no-brainer to me to take the tactical timeout right now, but we'll see what happens. They've got no kits, but they have got firepower. Edwin and Zeus with no grenades at all. This is going to be another difficult round for them, but Simple has the AWP, and like you said, 10 frags. Highest on the server, he's going towards long, and aggressive angle, so Electronic, he gets 2, but he might go down here to the flames. Extinguishes them and lives to tell the tale. 5-on-3.
Navigating his way out of trouble too, so he's going to constantly be a thorn. Even if he dies now, the terrorists have got to keep an eye on Connector, so he's drawing out more eyes towards this location. This allows the rest of the CTs to funnel in. And as you said, there were 2 players with no nades whatsoever. This was a real scary round for Na'Vi that could have put them on the back foot already in round 7. But due to Electronic's brilliance, they can get it done anyway. Simple comes through with his AWP. Edward spots Ethan, I believe that is in Connector, just got by. He has taken a headshot for his trouble down to 18, but does still hold the line with Flamey. And now Breezy's got a 1v5. He's got 1. How much damage can he do to this economy? Because if he gets another couple kills, he's done his job. But that nade.
The problem he's got is with the rounds have been so close, his teammates, even though they're 5-1 up, they actually have no money whatsoever. So he needed a lot of kills and a plan there to even save them and get them in a position to win another round. But Electronic, this is better. More assertive play. Get stuck in. Show us that aim. As he gets towards the connector there, even in the flames, he manages to find 2 frag, extinguished them, and shoved them to the other side of the map. I will say Edward's still 0-7, but still they're looking to recover at this point. Just CZs and P250s here for the terrorists to the start. Edward? What happened there?
Why? He just incendiary his own teammates.
Why?
No graffiti.
I was talking over, I thought so someone throwing him.
I was like, was that just the sickest nade from the terrorists?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to work out. I was like, is this something I don't know? They're going to plant, dude. They can win this.
What is happening, Na'Vi? Why is this even a reality right now?
They can win this. He's got an awful long. Oh my god, what is actually going on right now? Please, Vince, take over. I can't handle this.
I don't know if I can, Henry, to be honest with you, but Zeus is going to try his best. They gave up A site. They had a full buy. They weren't on an eco.
It's an eco. No armor, no nades. They've run towards A. Their CTs are molotoving each other. And Simple's there, though. He could defuse this. He can just straight up defuse this. They're not there. They don't know.
He's going to smoke and flash, draw out the bomb. He's really trying to play the mind games, give away those terrorist positions, and then strike. but he has to be careful what you wish for. Edward's going for the save already. Flamey's in long. This is a complete collapse.
Can we get a camera shot of Na'Vi, please? Let's see how mad everything's going over there. We've got to see what's going on. We've got to see the atmosphere at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Zeus just choke slam someone through that table at this point.
This is unbelievable. They look calmer than I thought, to be honest. But they've just straight up lost an A rush. I have to take your word for it. I was just looking at the money when I heard the incendiary go off. I thought, why is that happening so quickly? Then I saw they're extinguishing in that area. I was like, hold on. What's happened?
It did a chunk of damage to a few of them as well, and it stopped them push out on B. So if they were trying to get up to connector, that actually stalled them.
I have no words. I can't really dissect that one. That's such an anomaly and such a weird situation to happen in CS. I don't know what to tell you. That's never happened in my 15 years of playing. To be fair, we didn't have incendiaries back then, but you know what I mean.
A failure of that proportion,
that's
yeah,
insane.
totally get you. I'd love to watch that back because I'm kind of doubting myself if I saw that incendiary, but I know I did. You know, that's how ridiculous it is.
Well, they just rushed A with it. The site was open and it all just fell apart. That's absolutely mental. Either way, still money and weaponry here for Na'Vi. We'll calm down and try and move on. There's 2 MP9s, the simple AWP still, but still, that's going to be very detrimental to their enthusiasm and morale.
I mean, what is going on inside the minds of Na'Vi right now? There's got to be some serious demons trying to be exercised, but in the meanwhile, Edward is going to funnel through the head of Taps, alleviating some of the pressure that's about to be reapplied, courtesy of Ethan charging straight into B. Finds himself one in a second and could be on for more. The smokes are actually going to shield his progression on back into the site, but finally he will go down alongside Cirque. So Na'Vi at least claim a third round. It's not going to completely fall away from them.
Well, now they can recover. They have been, at least that, okay, this was the replay. So he was getting ready to Molotov towards the short pipe at that point. That's what he was trying to do. He was getting ready for it. Obviously, it was a misclick, and then they had to extinguish it. So at least after seeing it, I can break that one down. That's a common Molotov to throw from that position over towards short. He obviously just pressed it accidentally, I guess. That's what happened. It just completely unfolded at that point. It's an absolute nightmare. I haven't really seen anything like that in all my years of casting this game. Anyway, 6-3, another eco for NRG. But apparently that's from Stockholm. They might be taken down by Zeus here, though. He gets a couple of frags. Flamey and Simple shining as well. Clean sweep. Finally, some good news here for Na'Vi. If you are just joining us, it's the final best of 3 of the day. This is the second map. NRG took away Na'Vi's pick of Inferno after winning the first half 12-3 on the T side, I should say. And now 6-4 up on a CT-sided map, and it's their pick. They've got money once again up against this double orb setup. Simple's got 15 kills, by the way. 15 and 6, and they're 6-4 down. It's not bad.
Not bad at all. The rest of his team have 19 combined. Simple eats a bit of damage to start things off, but nothing too significant. Ethan by himself. Eyes Lonesome looking into Mondstadt from the barrels now. Rest of his team funneling out through Playground. Lots of damage inflicted though as Edward now dropped to 47 on the B side. So Ethan is doing a lot of work by himself, being a real pain in the backside for Na'Vi. NRG switching it up. Nothing too aggressive about this play. Gonna try and take control over long. They only have 2 smokes to play with now, though, with a flashbang. So they're going to have to use this sparingly. If they go for the smokes, they're going to have to push behind it. Especially with no one dead on Na'Vi just yet. And they're Simple. Of course, who else?
Of course. In that position once again. Finding plenty of kills, but so is Breezy, this best of 3. Takes him down, but Zeus is at a great spot here. I feel like he's guaranteed at least a frag. I don't think anyone would be checking that considering Simple's position previously. I wouldn't even be checking this one, Breezy. You're not even going to look exactly that. Why wouldn't you? And Zeus will claim his frag. That's all he needs. They maintain a 3 versus 2 here. Electronic's been quiet so far, but now he needs to be loud and proud. The last line of defense on the A side, and Sturk just completely removes him. What is that shot? Edward, 2 versus 1. Can he do anything with this? He was on 0 and 7, now on 3.
It's not looking good, is it? Did a lot of damage to Fugly, though, down to 13 health. Nearly line up for him. But they've both gone to long.
Yeah. If he had a smoke here, I'd say he's got a chance, but Edwards is hoping they're going to check it. He's not moving at all, and he's running out of time now. Zerg's got himself in a prime spot, unless he absolutely wrecks the full HP Cirque at this point. At range, he's got the AWP. There's no chance, and he knows it now, I think, at this point.
All over. NRG will claim their 7th round, moving 3 in the lead. Na'Vi will have enough to buy, but this is going to be all of their funds depleted. Really on the back foot once again on their CT side. They had a shocker of a CT side on Inferno. This hasn't gone much better.
It's not as disastrous because we're still with a few rounds remaining. They can still win the half at this point, right? So we'll see as it develops. They still have money. That's one thing that's gone in their favor this half at least. They've seemingly had cash almost every single round. We haven't seen many ecos from Na'Vi. They've had the AWP consistently as well. This time not the double, but Simple still. Plenty of frags to his name, and the AWP out once again. He's been finding opening frags consistently, and we've gone for a bit of a different boost here. Gives you a slightly different angle. It's a very difficult one to preempt and take down unless you flash him first. He's then waiting at the monster tunnel there. Bomb will be in T-spawn for now. And it's going to be a slow default coming in from NRG. You can see their money once again low for the North American squad. They have not looked comfortable in that department at all, even though they're winning this game.
You did highlight this after the knife round, that sure, it would be CT-sided, but it's not hugely CT-sided.
It's not as significant as we talk about Nuke or Train, and to some extent Inferno. Those are the top 3 in my book. Everything else, like Dust 2, Cash, it doesn't really matter. Overpass, like mid-table, I would say. It is a CT-sided map. It's similar to Mirage. You don't really talk about it that much, right?
So it's very possible that Na'Vi could return the favor. 40 seconds coming up on the board. No players have been put down just yet. And NRG happened in these situations a couple times. It typically hasn't worked out too well for them. Edwards let 2 go past. That flashbang, though, is going to delay them a little while longer, but now he's going to show his hand with a double spray down. And that should be all she wrote for this round, unless Buckley can pull off something truly spectacular. He's came back with 3. That's going to keep the money honest on the CT side. He has enough time to maybe even get this plant down if he plays his cards right, but that incendiary is going to really wreck any hope. But that does so much damage to Simple, though. And although Fugly's not going to get this round more than likely, it's a valiant attempt. There's the plant at the very least, but he will go down. He was completely on the back foot as soon as that bomb got planted. Fugly, though, take a bow. That was a really solid effort.
Absolutely so. And it is going to be, unfortunately, another eco for NRG. Every round they win seems to get reset at this point, but Simple Electronics survive. If he got that kill on Simple as well, like he said, a bucket load of damage there, it could have been disastrous. So they'll save both AWPs. I don't think we'll see a buy from NRG. They'll probably take another eco here, and maybe just go for another mid-rush. Hope they Molotov each other on the CT side, buy themselves some time there again. Oh, they are going to force that. Take it back. I didn't think there'd be a chance of this. I guess they know the money's so weak on the CT side at this point. They're going to do anything they can to shut it down. It's definitely ambitious and an audacious call, but maybe one that could pull off. Daps has been pretty spot on with his calls today, so I respect it. I'll see what he can do with it.
I guess they just weighed up that risk versus reward. They feel like the risk is definitely worth the punt. We'll have to see if it works out for them, though. Aggressive push through long. I'm pretty sure Electronic has heard all those footsteps go by him. So that call is going to come out. Now he feels confident enough to go around the back of them. It's going to be fast, but can they get the kills before Electronic's flank comes into fruition? And the answer is looking like a resounding no. Ethan plucked out from the backside. Simple chimes in for an assist. And with 2 CZs, it has definitely slowed down now for NRG.
4 on 4. Great stuff from Electronic to secure that first kill on Ethan. Still 3 players towards Long, though. They're trying to sniff out where he went. And that's a good smoke. That'll buy him about 15 seconds or so. They'll use that. Oh my god, surely not to get a kill. What is that? He preempts Electronics falling back. So with the smoke drop, he's reading the fact that Electronics probably in that annoying little corner on the left, and he's going to be moving back as soon as that smoke blooms. And my god, that it doesn't get much better than that in terms of awareness. That's amazing that he even kept committing to the shot after like 15 bullets or so.
Yeah, that's so sick as well, because they had so much time left. It's not as if they felt like they were giving away anything. No. Spray, it's, you know, if you get a kill, it's awesome. If not, fair enough. Plus, Daps is also making a move, or at least he was over on the B side, so they could have looked to have capitalized on that through Connector. But there's not much time left now.
Exactly that. That's the problem here, I think. They've got no real time, and Edwards in a great spot. He takes down 1, but that's actually just Daps. Remember, he likes to do this. He likes to be annoying and hold flanks and show presence at the very last few moments. 3 versus 3. They allowed them to get the bomb down here, and the retake begins. They've got 2 orbs to try and make this a possibility.
Flamey spots 1 player over on the truck. And Cirque looks to make a move, but it's down to Cirque now. M4 in his hands, not the AWP. Could be better for him, though, in these close claustrophobic angles. But he's about to get sideswiped, and it's going to be Edward that takes him down. It was all about those 2 opening picks, and they went the way of Na'Vi. So they will get another round. That's 2 in a row now, both of them defuses.
That's Edward turning his game around as well. Remember, he was 0-7, I think, and he is currently sat on 9-9. So he's had some massive rounds. That little boosted spot, he was in the corner towards the B site, right up there in the corner. He got 2 frags there. He opened things up with this kill on Daps. He comes in for the flank. He gets 2 kills and shuts down the round. He really has shown his pedigree and class in the last few rounds. 7-6. Na'Vi, like I said, I wasn't too worried for them because they can still win the half at that point. So they can definitely still do that now. Pistols available for NRG, just CZs, P250s, and a Deagle. Breezy, the only player with armor here, as Electronic and Co. start to push forward, and they know they can probably find a couple of easier frags here.
Aggression, the name of the game, and Bubbly is going to collect. Zeus, the meanwhile, though, from Connector, has got 1 already. Wants to stamp his authority and pad those stats a little bit more. The bomb has transitioned across to B, though. So if Daps can keep a few players interested, maybe Cirque could have done something. But shoulda, woulda, coulda, doesn't matter because Edward was there to greet him. 7-7. Na'Vi, they have bounced back. It was looking like it was going to be another horror story of a CT side, but you did say it, Henry. They weren't out this half just yet, and they've proved you right.
We'll see whether they can win the final rounds here. Simple definitely has slowed down, but that's fine because his teammates have stepped up. He was the only one fragging in the initial few rounds, but they've all slowly but surely started to turn it on, especially Edward looking much better. Zeus as well has contributed well. He's currently 2nd in the rankings with 11 kills. It's Flamey who's had a bit of a quieter performance, but still, they can come back to 8-7. It certainly isn't over just yet. First kill by Cirque, though, as they commit heavily towards the B side of the map. Flamey doesn't even get a chance to go prepared. Ethan shows us what he's made of. That amazing aim coming out once again. Absolutely shuts down the round. No chance for Na'Vi to win this one, but it's the last round and a half. All they can do is give it a go and see what's available to them.
Instant boost into heaven, too. Just to make matters worse, Ethan can scrape himself through the smoke and try and find them in transition towards Graffiti. Lightning fast, turning up the pace, turning up the heat, and Na'Vi couldn't handle it. Perfectly placed flashbangs accompanying it. Now it's down to Simple. He's got 1. 4 more to find, and he will get a second. Transitions into the left-hand side. It's doing a lot of damage, but ultimately it was a bridge too far. He finishes the half 18-8, but NRG will just about be in the lead.
Well, that's a nice time to win. You've lost 3 rounds in a row. You still won away in the final round just before half-time. That's not bad at all. It was a straight-up little B play. He gets the Molotov towards the barrels. Ethan is like, guys, let me off the leash. Let me get in there. Let me show you what I can do. And that was fantastic by him. So good stuff. There he is on your screens right now. 8-7. Map down Na'Vi. Looking at the old strat book there, working out what Na'Vi will do on their pistol rounds. It's not so much he's looking at what these guys do. He's aware of that. He just wants to look at his notes and what demos he's watching Na'Vi and what their tendencies are on their T side. So he wants to get an understanding, and he's just relaying to his players. Now, if you see this grenade thrown or this particular play on this side of the map, it usually means this. Sometimes they like to do a rush once every 5 maps on this particular map. So it's just kind of bits of information like that. You can see Zeus aware they've watched his demos and how does he want to change things up. Does he want to do a slight fake or a variation of one of these strats? Just discussing it now. A lot of people think like once you have a pistol strat, that's it, and you're going to run with that whenever you play this map. You obviously know that people know what you do. You've got to have maybe 5 or 6 variations of a basic default.
It's always interesting as well for me to see the body language of the 2 teams, and it just seems NRG are always super cool, calm, collected. Nothing really phases them.
Yeah, I think that's true. They're also, one thing I respect, they're not like a team that starts screaming so much every round they win. They keep themselves calm whatever happens. And Simple, well, that wasn't calm at all. He runs towards middle, takes down Breezy straight away. Nice sort of thing to kick things off. Then now an early 5 versus 4. Electric waiting for the reaction, but gets more than that. He actually will be taken down with close-range USP shots. Silk's actually pushed off towards Monster. So now we can confirm it's an A-sided attack. They can rotate off this. Obviously, Connect is a bit of an issue. They could fall back and go through there, but I think this is worth bolstering the A-side defense. Ethan will hold for that very position and maybe allow Cirque to get towards T-spawn.
Yeah, I filled in the gap that you were discussing through Connector. Ethan, going to see a couple pixels dart left and right. There's 3 players in there. Everyone apart from Edward currently occupying Connector. Call will come through, but it's really about Cirque now, who was the player that pushed through Monster. He could get round the back, but he decides to help his teammate out on the site, and Ethan dispatches of Zeus with a beautiful 1 tap to the head between the eyes. Zeus not going to play any further part of this pistol round, but the rest of his team are looking hungry to make amends and get some revenge. As Simple gets 2, make it a 3rd. He's down to 26, but he's doing all the damage right now for Na'Vi. He's not going to get a 4th. Flamey will take that away from him, but it's down to Fugly. He got the first kill for his team, and there's Simple. The 4K is real. Na'Vi pick up the 2nd pistol round. Super important for them.
Unbelievable scenes. Simple really putting on a clinic here in the 2nd map. That was pretty remarkable. Finds his 22nd frag. Even on low HP, he's making all the right plays. Great positioning. That nice flank at the end. That's why I said it's over. You can just see he's absolutely outplayed him at the end. Perfect little flank. Takes down Fugly. Round over. Job done. No force buy again from NRG. They're a more conservative squad. They don't just force buy straight away, but they have got Deagles and CZs. Their map pick, considered to be their best map, but Na'Vi always going to be a difficult team to take down, especially when Simple gets into 5th gear like he is right now. 22 and 8, not bad at all. Fortunately, Electronic 7 and 11, he needs to be the wingman of Simple. He needs to be up there with him, finding those frags, and that's what turned him into a world-class team. You referenced it at the beginning of the series. He definitely took a while to get warmed up into the squad generally, and if he disappears off the server, sometimes Simple alone isn't quite enough.
Ethan, dispatches of Edward, completely agree with you too. They really need the 2 of them to step up together to get Na'Vi really romping the way that we know that they can. Speaking of Simple, currently residing in Connector, Flamey did get a frag beforehand. Spray from the UMP is on point. Simple adds another 2 to his already over 20 frags. He's on 24 and 8. The guy is just unreal right now. Double anyone else on his team. He's not going to get the last kill. That's going to be Flamey, but this kind of Simple is quite a terrifying prospect to be against.
Yep, this is what we're looking for. An Inferno finally arrives here, and just in the nick of time. Remember, Na'Vi are facing tournament elimination, and they lose this series. They're already a map down. They need the final boss of CSGO to step up, and he's certainly delivering the goods. Flamey, again, hasn't looked his best today. We know there's some problems within the team right now regarding him. Can't really speculate too much as to what that really means going forward. We know he's at this event and the major. I think that's confirmed. But what happens after that, especially if they have disappointing finishes here, is yet to be seen.
Nothing slow about this aggression. Ruthless onslaught by Na'Vi. Only Fugly will counteract the bloodshed. And that's the way it's going to remain. Na'Vi take the 2-round lead, 10-8. It will be NRG coming back in with a buy, though. Let's see what they have in their locker.
Well, presumably be pretty decent. Remember, they didn't force buy in that 2nd round. They should have the AWP and some diffuse kits and grenades. And indeed, there's a diffuse kit for Fugly. As long as you have 1, that's fine. Ideally, you want at least 2, but they have 1. And Cirque will have the AWP up against AKs, no SMGs. The fact he has no helmet's not a big deal either. Looking pretty good now. NRG looking to find their first round in the 2nd half here. It's a good start. Didn't quite find the frag, but Edward takes a shot to the kneecap. As he makes his way across towards long, he'll be falling back to the safety of the T-halls here. And a little bit of a spam attempt there. Remember, the M4A1S now has an extra 20 bullets, so you can be a little bit more spammy at the start of each round. It was always a massive problem and a reason why the M4A1S kind of disappeared off the radar completely, but now it's making a little bit of a resurgence.
Yeah, with the laser pixel-perfect aim that Ethan has.
Yes.
So the M4A1S can really go to town. And the Stream used it for quite a while too.
And Forrest still uses it.
Yep.
He still loves it.
It's devastating in the right hands.
Absolutely.
For a scrub like me, definitely use the A4.
I use the A4s. I was always brought up that love spamming smokes and like, trying to be aggressive and stuff. That's why I like to do it. I just feel so limited with the lack of bullets in there. But less than a minute though. This looks like a contact B play. And what I mean by contact is you go in until you find your opponents, and hopefully with grenades out in their hand like that, that's your cue to unload everything you've got towards the B side. Great timing, Sig. Lovely teamwork from Na'Vi. They doesn't get much better than that. That's the tag team combo we want to see. Simple opening things up. Electronic finishes things off, and that's a guaranteed round. Beautiful stuff there from Na'Vi. Couldn't have got any better. And that's the power of the contact play. You're not giving any sort of cues that you're coming in. You saw that first player waiting, grenade in his hand. You will be punished for that, as Simple just walks in, finds a free kill, and that's the round. That was it. As soon as he got that opening frag, they couldn't really recover.
Got the first kill, instantly wraps around to be the first player to meet Cirque and Fugly trying to save. They'd love to hold on to this M4 and AWP combo to do the world of good to their next round, and don't Na'Vi know it. They also have quite a bit of money in the back pocket on a few of these players. They can throw away some of these weapons. They're going to go for the boost. As Edward looks over, it's not an angle you're expecting to see, and he's going to take down Cirque.
That's cheeky, isn't it? I haven't seen that before. That's quite a cool idea. Quite novel. Up they go. The reverse boost towards Playground. Na'Vi are back in this series. Looking much better now. They're dictating the pace of the second half. They're 4-0 up. They've shut down the money once again of NRG on their map. Looks like we could be going to a third after all. Wasn't looking too good in the first few sectors of the first. And here we go. Pistols once again. And we'll see whether they can bounce back here. NRG looking for anything they can. They managed to get a full eco victory in the first half. Can they replicate that success once again?
I'd certainly err on the side of caution, but crazy things have happened. Easy down to 16. Cirque's going to be following suit. They both get obliterated by Zeus, who comes out with 3 kills. Ethan gets 2 in retaliation. Not bad, really, for NRG, considering they're almost in a full-on eco to get 2 frags, but it is going to be Na'Vi extending their lead to 12-8. But here we go. Another full purchase. Cirque has enough for an AWP, bit of Kevlar, and some nades to boot. This is the best buy we've seen from NRG. But can they make it stick? That's the question.
We'll have to find out, Vince. Yet to post around. Grenades towards middle. Nothing connecting. What's in store for an RG here? Certainly starting to drop off the pace. Edward jumping up there. Just trying to get a bit of intel towards middle. Fugly's in a great spot here, so backing him up as well. First kill goes against him though. Edward, like we said, a rough start on this map, but certainly picked things up. Simple goes down. But so does Dabs, an unnecessary frag coming in there. Edward is second of the round, 4 versus 3 now, and Cirque's in trouble. Needs to be careful of the prospect of a flank as his teammates decide to fall back. B seems like a very likely candidate for an RV at this point, looking for their 6th round in a row here in the second half.
Unfortunately, from Cirque's perspective, he didn't see the bomb drop out. Otherwise, they could have put more men towards the playground side. Also, no one was in connector, so he's very cognizant of a potential flank. Bomb going to get thrown across to the site, allowing Electronic to go for the full plant, which he will. A 3-on-4 retake. NRG have just not been able to get any kind of momentum or speed built up on this CT side. It's been all the way of Na'Vi. It looks like they are posturing to going into this, and Ethan has come out with 2 kills. In the blink of an eye, this is now a very real possibility. They could potentially clutch this. Ethan's going in for more, but the timing's not going to work in his favor. However, Cirque comes through with a frag to help him out. Time is running scarce. Cirque doesn't have a kit, but he does have the frag. Going to pick up the kit. It's going to be very close.
No way. Are you kidding? How close was that? I was not believing in that, Vince. I thought it was over. I was waiting for the explosion. Everyone's going to say, yep, you've done it again. You're right, Henry. But he actually pulled that one off. That's insane. That's going to be like 0.1 seconds left on that. I thought when you hit the beep, that's it. It's over. But he somehow gets away with it in the nick of time. You can see him being apprehensive as well. He's like, obviously, it's over. They're like, no, you can do it. Well, there you go. He knows better than me. 12-9, and there will be almost no money again for NRG. That's the problem here. Exactly what happened in Inferno is win a round, but only one player would survive on the CT side. And how do you even win these sort of rounds? You have to go for an initial kill, considering the lack of weaponry. Look at the utility situation as well. Nothing. They need this first kill. Dab dinks Electronic to kick things off and gets the first frag. Ideally wants that AK, but can't risk it. Has to fall back.
Exactly. A lot of players that have been baited into going for it.
There before.
Yes, from Simple as well, who goes in first. Molotov behind it. It's not going to spread to Breezy. He can just sit behind the barrels. The nades now coming in. And Shrapnel doing the work for NRG. They need to put some rounds together. Ethan continues to be a menace as Edward goes for the spade, but Breezy on point with his. Will fend it off for a little while longer. Now it's up to Simple. There's 2. He's looking to see what he can get done. Misses out on that shot. But it is a 2-on-1, Fugly and Daps, and it's going to be Fugly that drills into his forehead. NRG will take a 10th and trade across to an AWP.
My God, we've had some exciting couple of rounds there. It was Daps who pushed towards short, knowing that the money was weak. They didn't have a lot to work with there. They managed to get the first kill, pushed him in towards Monster Tunnel, and Fugly and co have to step up here. Lovely stuff to finish things off as well. When Simple's in a 2 versus 1 like that, you just start thinking, okay, it's not if he's going to win it, it's like, how is he going to win this? What's he going to do to make them look foolish here? But Fugly, great shot to shut it down. Money's still not stable. They're starting to get Na'Vi in an unfavorable position as well. After 2 in a row, you can see they've got one nice full buy here. If they can win this one, NRG, they'll be back in business. If they lose this, they'll still be reset. They haven't been clean rounds so far. Only 2 players survived before. If they win this one, they're back in business. Good boost, though, from Ethan and co. See that nice little angle they've got towards the connector, but there's a player heading up towards short. They have got that covered, but it's not the most ideal angle. Breezy's certainly vulnerable as he gets Molotov out. Electronic looking to take him down, but good smoke and response. A couple of them, in fact. Just allow them to reposition and recalibrate. Coming up to the minute mark now. Not really clear as to where Na'Vi wants to head up.
But due to Electronic's mere presence, he stopped that boost. It's also drawn out 2 smokes from the CTs.
Yes.
Just his one play. So, yes, he didn't get anything in terms of kills. He was certainly a nuisance for NRG, who now, by the way, have no smokes left, and we have 45 seconds left to play with. They do have an incendiary and a bucket load of flashbangs, but a lack of smokes will be an issue. Again, you go back to that Electronic play, who has been tagged down to 58. Nade lands just behind him. Zeus is getting a lot of information, though, pushing through onto Monster. It's going to be a repeat performance with Na'Vi breathing down the next of NRG, trying to take this B site. Time is scarce, though. They're going to have to get that bomb down shortly. And with nobody down from NRG, they can easily move around the side and just obliterate a few of these players. It's going to be Daps that takes that amongst themselves. Ooh. He's going to miss out on the frag. I think he assumed he had it. If he had an M4 over the FAMAS, I'm sure he would have. But now it's gone completely wrong for NRG. It looked like they could have had it.
You get that one kill on the planter, it's over. That's round done. But it didn't happen. You're right. It's the FAMAS that lets him down. That doesn't have the same firepower. It all crumbles there at the last few seconds. It looked like NRG had it contained. But like I said, if they didn't win this round, they're eco again, and Cirque has to save the AWP here, and he's not in the best position to do so. He knows he can be hunted down here. They're coming all around him. He has to actually just hold up in a really awkward position and hope he doesn't get sniffed out. Goes towards the bomb, knows if he gets towards the graffiti, he should be okay. Yes, he is. He's got a hold in the corner here. Nice work by him to even save the AWP. But that was all on Daps there. He almost made the hero play. And it could have been, the thing is as well, right? Obviously, it's a split-second thing, but he saw the first play, went for him first. If he just went for the plant at that point, he wins the round. But obviously, it's 2020 hindsight. It's very easy for me to say that. In the heat of the moment, anything's going on, you know?
But that could have been the moment, Henry, that got Na'Vi this map.
Yep, absolutely.
That was such an integral linchpin moment that's gone against them. Now into this Stuk with his saved AWP. Going to be joined by CZs and Deagles. Just a P250 in the hands of Ethan. And they are slowly but surely ebbing away out of Overpass. It looks like we could be headed to train.
I think you might be right.
Barring some miracle play, they've stacked the bulk of their players over on B. They've got a couple on connector. Which will be Cirque and flicks across to the head of Electronic. A decent start, but as soon as Na'Vi see that, they're going to just go all out ruthlessly onto A. And they should be rewarded with a bomb plant, using good utility just to fend off any potential pushes. And they will get the plant afterwards.
Looking comfortable for Na'Vi. Great utility at that point. Like you said, they've realized where the AWP is. Use that as a cue, even though you've given away a frag, just to get towards A. Great Molotovs, great smokes. I don't see them giving this round up, but they have got now the equal situation. Zeus, great spot. Not the best shot, but still pulls it off. And that should be, yeah, I don't see Cirque going to go for this one. And indeed, he'll have to fall back. As a decent effort there from NRG, but not quite close enough.
Considering the score will be 14-10, and NRG flat out broke on 4 of their players, close isn't good enough. Can certainly save his AWP. He's landed a frag onto Edward, and as Ethan stalks his prey, finds him, Flamey's going to get tagged down and will die. So at least the AWP is saved for NRG, and they take a bunch of weapons away, but Na'Vi, they're fine. They can replenish those weapons without any problems whatsoever. So it's going to be down to the long haul. We're going to have the full 30 rounds if NRG want to pull this back.
You're absolutely right there. AWP. Default weaponry across the board apart from that. Na'Vi look fired up again. Third map. Feeling almost likely at this point now. Cirque makes his way towards long. All the pressure on his shoulders, and they know it. He's going to go down here. Simple ready and waiting for him. That's the power of Simple. He's got a sixth sense. He knows when you're coming. And at this point, it's looking very simple at this stage. It's Breezy will get one. Just a 4-on-2 now. There's one more player in position. Simple doesn't quite hit the shot. Oh my god, he nails that one though, doesn't he? Goodbye, Breezy. 15-10. 5 in a row now required.
At least to potentially see off the map, they are going to have a full buy and a healthy one at that, with a kit in the hands of Cirque. Nades across the board, but they actually have only one incendiary, which I feel is a pretty key component of holding off. There's a lot of angles that you want to stall for as long as possible with smokes and incendiaries. That could be an issue going forward. But Fugly decides to go aggressive into connector. Simple's taking a bit of damage. Cirque perched up on balloons, decides better off his position. Goes into connector to help Fugly out. Who is about to see some confrontation. It's going to be Zeus that goes down first. Fugly's still alive, stuck around the corner. What a shot onto Flamey that is. Looking for a second, but Simple is there, laid in wait with his own op. And he will swat away Cirque. Incendiary, or Molotov, pardon me, onto the op just to make sure the CTs can't get a hold of it. And Electronic comes out and claims a kill onto Fugly. 3-on-3, but the trend of this round is starting to turn towards Na'Vi after a great start for NRG.
It was a great start, but it could be a disappointing finish. Edward, perfect position here. Going to take that frag all day long. Ethan goes down. They have the advantage. 2 more kills will do it. We'll go into the third map. Fighting back now. This is more like it from Na'Vi. We're seeing some big plays and the names we expect. Simple continuing to put on a clinic here. It's up to Dabs and Breezy now out of position as well. It's not looking too good at all. I feel like this is a lock-in at this point, especially that smoke coming in. It's going to make things even more difficult. The smoke actually misses. 2 kills coming out of nowhere, and now Electronic trying to close things out. He does get tagged up significantly. Throws a flashbang in. Knows Daps is far away from this situation. 1 versus 1. Daps needs this to keep NRG in it. Advantage definitely towards Electronic. He's going for the full defuse. Dropping the smoke on top of it. It's not a bad attempt. It's a great attempt as he does win the round. Electronic can't believe it. That's quite smart from Daps. Just to buy himself half a second with that smoke going down. Sure, he's going to know where you are, but it's going to confuse him for a little bit. And he does have enough in the tank to find the round. But once again, they win it with 1 player surviving. Na'Vi got bucket loads of cash. NRG are going to be down to his SMGs and FAMASs once again. And
not even that. He actually died after getting the defuse. So it's even worse. They get across the finish line, but they're crawling. They're limping. Yeah. They're just getting across there. So FAMAS, MP9, Cirque is going to be down to something similar. Only 3.8k, hence the tactical timeout to figure out what's going to happen next. So 4 more rounds required. He's going to get dropped across an M4. This does mean, however, no kits. It does mean a distinct lack of utility. Scraping at the very bottom of this barrel. By the way, just to highlight, casual 32 kills for Simple.
Not bad, is it? Of course. So 3 rifles come out, yeah, that's right. And NRG needs some clean-ass rounds right now. They need to make sure that they're not giving anything up. They need to have like 3 or 4 players surviving each time. Money needs to start being built back up. This is definitely possible 4 rounds in a row. I'm still believing they can do it and take it to overtime. Let's see what they've got left.
These are the kind of plays where you wouldn't be completely out of left field if you did go for an aggressive push as the CTs because of their lack of utility. I think it's something that you highlighted earlier on. I feel like you have to take the fight to terrorists, but judging from Na'Vi's setup, they expect that to be the case. But it's going to be long. That's the trap that NRG have set for themselves. 2 players long with a crossfire. Cirque and Fugly, again, drawing their way in. They've dropped the bomb out instantly, and Cirque is going to hold down the trigger. Finally gets himself killed, but it's a 2-for-2 trade. Not a bad start for the CTs. They're able to rotate quickly up through the dumpster as Ethan's now in prime position to strike. And Strikey challenges Zeus. It wasn't a clean frag though, so back and forth it goes. The pendulum of this round, this very map, is up for debate. That's from the backside. MP9's not great for that range. And he's going to come out second best, but now it's up to Breezy. He's got in for 1, but there's Flamey. Nails him in the head, and we are heading to trade.
We certainly are. It was not looking good for Na'Vi there whatsoever. We felt like they were going to drop off. That could be them leaving the tournament, but they managed to bring it back with a stellar second half. We know they can play this map as well, but NRG didn't look their usual selves there. Couldn't get into that second half whatsoever. Finances for them was actually a massive problem. Every round they would win, they'd win a lot of rounds, but every time they would win, they would actually only have 1 or 2 players survive. They'd get reset and be back to the double eco. It was very difficult for them to recover anything in that situation. So well done to Na'Vi. They had some great rounds there, some great adjustments in terms of the pace as well. The one that stood out for me the most was that contact play towards B after having some very slow, methodical rounds, chucking the default, chucking the contact play, and at that point, you could see the B defense was worried at that stage. So that's great and sets us up perfectly for the third map.
Oh, it sure does, and especially considering that we've had Cirque cover Stormer of one map and then Simple just dropped 32 plus kills.
Yeah.
So you've got the 2 guys clashing heads that are playing well. I can't wait.
Well, this has been excellent. I'm glad we are going to a third, and I'm sure you guys are as well. We'll go to a commercial break. Do not go anywhere.